Thank you, Sadhu, for that wonderful introduction and thesis. Now, I will be discussing the Chinese society and culture. The importance of face. The concept of face is roughly translates as honor, good reputation, or respect, very similar to the American culture and many other cultures. There are four types of face in the Chinese language. Du Mianzi, Ji Mianzi, Lu Mianzi, and Jiang Mianzi. Basically, Dio Mianzi, this is when one actions or deeds have been exposed to people. Other people get to see these deeds and then it's exposed. Ji Mianzi involves the giving of face to others through showing respect. You show respect to your elders, you show respect to your masters, and for those that paved the way for you. Liumianzi, this is developed by avoiding mistakes and showing wisdom in action. And this will come to those, especially as you get older, you get more wisdom. And yes, you can't avoid certain mistakes, but when you get into mistakes, you have to learn, you have to be able to learn from the mistakes so you won't have to make those mistakes again. Xiaomianzi, this is when faith is increased through others. Example, someone contemplating you to associate. I want to give you an example. Give you an example. All right. Hey, how you doing? I'm Anthony Jokes. I would like to talk to you about this good man, Thad. That's a good name. Hey, how you doing there in the crowd? I think he's doing a wonderful job at what he's doing, and I would like to give him a promotion or put him in for an award for this exceptional work. That is Yang Mianzi. I also will be talking about collectivism versus individualism. In general, the Chinese are a collective society with a need for group affiliation, whether to their family, school, country, or work group. In order to maintain a sense of harmony, they will act with decorum at all times and will not do anything to cause someone else public embarrassment. They are willing to subjugate their own feelings for the good of the group, and this is often observed by the use of silence in very structured meetings. The Chinese are though they are a very formal group, they really communicate by really not non-communication, by their actions, the look they give you, their movements. They're more shy as a group versus Americans. We're more using talk with our hands, give you face-to-face contact and eye-to-eye contact when they talk, at least when Americans talk to you. Confucianism. It's a system of behaviors and ethics that stress the obligations of people towards one another based upon their relationship. The basic tenets are based upon different relationships. You have the ruler and subject, and you have the husband and wife, parents and children, and so forth. Husband and wife. Before it was custom where the husband's head of the house, the wife's cook, clean, and do what she's supposed to be told in the Chinese culture. But now, since so much things are changing, I believe the Western philosophy have have basically commandeered over there, and they basically adapt some of our ways where they try to equal their roles in the house or in the homes. Etiquette and customs. It's a very formal meet. Basically, greetings are formal, and it's the older person is always greeted first. It goes by your age range to show your wisdom and basically respect. Handshakes are the most common form of greetings with foreigners. Many Chinese people will look towards the ground when greeting someone. For example, hello, I'm Anthony Jokes. How are you guys doing? Versus in America, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Anthony Jokes. How's your day? And so forth. And gift giving. The Chinese like food, and a nice food basket will make a great gift. Do not give scissors, knives, or other cutting items or utensils as they indicate the severing of the relationship. Basically, when they receive that, they feel this relationship is over. Thank you. Have a good day. That's the nonverbal communication of cutting off a relationship. Do not give clocks, handkerchiefs, or straw sandals, as they are associated with funerals and death. And now let's speak to you about the business etiquette in China. It's punctual. It's punctual. More so, it is very similar to American standards. The Chinese don't like doing business with companies they don't really know. Like to have some form of connection or some form of, how I want to say this, not just connections, but feel and some sort of background on them before they go ahead and meet with them. This could be an individual or an organization who can make a formal introduction and vouch for the reliability of your company before arriving in China, and materials written in Chinese that describe your company, history, and literature about your products and services. The Chinese see foreigners as representatives of their companies rather than just individuals. So if you're coming from the U.S. and you're representing yourself and you work for Northrop Grumman, we are going to we in the Chinese culture is going to assume, not assume, but we're going to say you guys work, or you as an individual work or represent your company. The Chinese prefer face-to-face meetings rather than written or telephone communication. That is very common in American culture. Appointments are necessary and, if possible, should be made between 1 to 2 months in advance, preferably in writing. Now, that I could say is not really American culture, because Americans, we could do meetings within a week or two, and as long as we hold our meeting and we're there on time, it's acceptable. As in the Chinese culture, is not acceptable. You should arrive at meetings on time or slightly earlier. The Chinese view punctuality as a virtue. Arriving late is an insult and could negatively affect and impact your relationship and your companies. Pay great attention to the agenda, as each Chinese participant has his or her own agenda that they will attempt to introduce. And now I want to pass this presentation off to Brian.